What's up, YouTube? So, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be filming a full day of eating as well as an arm workout. So, let's start up with meal number one. Alright, so for meal number one, we got 7 egg whites. So, I just used the liquid egg whites. They're a bit cheaper and they're much easier to use. So we do about 7 servings. It comes out to about 322 grams all weighed out. It's 35 grams of protein and about, I think, 175 calories. No fat, just pure protein right here. So that's awesome. I am a little bit low today. This is my last carton. I forgot to go to the store yesterday. So I am going to have to use a few real egg whites. So we'll get to that later. So 7 egg whites is part of meal one. Then we got 25 grams of whey protein. So this meal in the end comes out to 55 grams of protein. And it's about 600 calories. It's a great meal for cutting, I think. I know. It's all clean protein, and it's got some good carbs, as you'll see. So, weighed out the protein, 25 grams. 25 grams on the scale isn't 25 grams of protein, like the protein that we'll see, like, over here. It ends up, I think a serving here is 24 grams of protein, so when I weigh it out to 25 grams on the scale, it comes out to roughly 20 grams of protein. I know the grams get confusing when I'm saying them on camera, so try my best to describe it. So the proteins for this meal are liquid egg whites and the protein powder, and then for the carb, we got some oatmeal. I have 2 servings of oats, so one serving is a half a cup. I have 1 cup for my meal, so it comes out to 80 grams weighed out. So yeah, for the cup, it's 300 calories and about 54 grams of carbs. So great meal to start off your day if you want to give it a shot. Currently, right now, I started a bulk in February. I kind of wanted to start this series back then, but I didn't have the mic, and I was just kind of lazy about recording, but starting now. As of right now, though, I am in the start or midway through a 3rd week of halfway through, roughly, of a 6-week cut. Right in the middle of my bulk, just trying to drop a couple pounds. It's not going to be anything major. And yeah, probably right back on the bulk. Depends on what my coach tells me to do. I did lose a little bit of my food, as you'll see in my later meals. I'll explain where the drops were. And yeah, so again, I'm not expecting to get too lean on this cut. It's only 6 weeks. But yeah, after this, probably get right back on a bulk. And yeah, we'll see how the diet changes from there. I'm going to try to record every day if I can, at least a few times per week. Probably not a full day of eating every time because the food's the same thing every day, so there's not much different to see there, but definitely going to get a lot of training footage in, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, let's get to cooking this, and I'll show you when it's all finished. Alright, so excuse me, sorry. I just wrapped up meal number one. I forgot to press record, so that stinks. Off to a great start, I guess you could say. But anyway, I had the cup of oatmeal, and I forgot to mention that I put 50 grams of blueberries in there. I'm kind of tired of mixing my oats into the mixing my protein into the oats, so I just drank a shake, and then I just cooked up the eggs. I'll film another full day of eating in a couple weeks, just so you can visually see the meal, but just imagine to yourself a shake with protein powder in it and water, and oatmeal with blueberries in it, and cooked egg whites on a plate. So pretty simple. Yeah, meal is pretty good. 600 calories is pretty good amount of calories. I feel like if you're on a cut and you're trying to space out your calories, I don't think anyone should really dive into like too big of a cut. If you're watching this for cutting advice, my calories are pretty high right now, probably still in the 3,000s, because again, I didn't drop them too much. But I'm also on a strict meal plan where I'm eating the same thing every day because I have a coach. So my scenario might be different from yours. But if you're just cutting on your own terms, I guess you can say, one piece of advice I'm going to tell you is definitely don't starve yourself. That's the last thing you want to do. Instantly, you're going to lose a lot of muscle that you worked really hard to put on during your bulk, assuming that's what you did before is bulk. Or if you're just losing weight, just because you want to start to change your lifestyle and lose weight, definitely keep the protein high. You don't want to, and keep the calories high. Sorry, keep the calories on the higher end. You don't want to, I mean, you want to be in a deficit, but you don't want to starve yourself either, because that's not healthy. So yeah, 600 calorie breakfast is not too high, depending on who you are as a person, your metabolism and everything. If you have like 4 meals a day at 600 calories, that's 2,400 calories. That might be a deficit for you. So this might be a good meal for you to try out. It's pretty high protein. And yeah, it's pretty clean. There's only one meal that has, my meal 2 has something a little bit higher sugar, but it's a pre-workout meal. So that's why it's a little bit higher in the carbs. I'm also going to take you all through the supplements I take in a day, just my vitamins really. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you all later for meal number 2. All right, so I forgot to show you all before the supplements that I take in between meals 1 and 2. So every day I have 2 omega-3 fish oil pills. It's about 3 grams of fish oil for heart health. Then I take a digestive aid just because it's a lot of food and just want everything to kind of digest correctly. I hate feeling bloated at the gym. If any of you guys notice that, like, when you're at the gym and you feel bloated and full, just know that you probably didn't wait enough in between the pre-workout meal and the workout. So you gotta just, digestion is very important in terms of performance at the gym. So just be mindful of that. As soon as I started taking that, I definitely noticed a difference, and I wasn't feeling as bloated, and I felt better during the workout. Better workouts mean you're going to get bigger, so why not have better digestion? So for the next pill that I take are 2 liver capsules, just for liver health. Can't go wrong with that. And then I take vitamin D3. After that, I take 1,500 milligrams of ashwagandha. I've heard good things about this, like it boosts your testosterone. It also helps with stress. So I don't know if I didn't do any studies on myself to see if it's working, but it's not too expensive and there's no negative side effects about it, so I've been taking it. That's all the supplements I take in between meals 1 and 2. I'm about to show you meal 2 now as well. So with the meal, I take a GDA capsule. Now what this does is, if you want to look into it and maybe buy some, I noticed, well, I'll tell you what they're used for. So you basically take 1 capsule with a high carb meal, and what it does is it helps your body use the carbs. That way they're not going to waste. It helps you actually utilize them, like either in a workout or throughout your day. So it's definitely something you could look into if you're trying to if you're bulking and you want all the carbs that you're eating to really work while you're in the gym. I do also take supplements at night. I have a nighttime little stack that I take, and I'll just show you them now too, just in case I forget to record them later. At night, I take 1 zinc, and I take CoQ10. This is just a heart supplement. And yeah, those are all the supplements that I take throughout the day, non-pre-workout related. I will show you my pre-workout later when we're going to the gym. So now I'll take you over to meal 2. I'm just going to walk my tripod over. Let's see. Drop it right here. I gotta find something for my little receiver for my mic. That way it's not just dangling like this. I kind of want to get something to hold it up to. So if anyone has any ideas, maybe leave a comment. All right, so for meal number 2. Let's get started. Got shit all over my hand now. So meal number 2 used to have cream of rice, and I told my coach that I'm not a huge fan of cream of rice anymore. Let me just get a spoon. Yeah, I had cream of rice for the first 3 months or so. Probably more than that. The first 4 or 5 months of the coaching. But it just got to the point where mixing it and just trying to eat it, it just got too much for me. And I started to get a very upset stomach before I even ate it. So cream of rice, all it really is, if you're not sure, is just you take the rice uncooked and you grind it, and you turn it into like this powder almost. And then it's basically regular rice just ground up. So I talked to my coach and I found this little equation of how the uncooked rice translates over to the weight, to the cooked rice weight. So just to dumb it down a little bit to make it a little bit more understandable, my program says 80 grams of cream of rice, and that just means 80 grams of uncooked rice. And when you cook it, it obviously gets heavier, so it comes out to, with this meal, 170 grams of cooked rice. So this is definitely a higher carb meal. This isn't even the only carb that I have with this meal. I actually get a muffin as well from Dunkin' Donuts. That's probably my favorite part of the day. I mean, who am I kidding? I think that would be the favorite part of anybody's day if you're trying this diet out. Yeah, so that's 170 grams of rice right there. This is jasmine rice. I just buy these little pouches just on days where I don't really want to cook the rice in the pot. Just get this for convenience sometimes. They are a little bit more expensive, but occasionally I'll just get that to make it a little easier for myself. I normally do just cook the rice on the pot. It's not that hard. So with the rice, obviously got to get the muffin. I'm going to eat this and then go take a ride over to Dunkin'. I'll show you when I'm over there. And for the protein in this meal, very simple. Let me just get my shaker cup. Where did I put it? Right here. Simple. Just 50 grams of whey protein. Again, just to re-say what I said before, it's not 50 grams of protein, it's the weight is 50 grams. And I think it comes out to about around 45 grams of protein. When I get the muffin, I'll say the total macros for this meal, like the carbs, fats, and sugars, as well as the protein. I'm really running low. I might have to take a trip over to Vitamin Shop and pick up some more protein powder. I normally get my protein powder from Costco because it's the cheapest, but I don't know if my dad can make it over there because I don't have a membership. Let's see. All right, 50 grams, perfect. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough protein powder for my next meal, so I'm going to have to stop and get some. I've been wanting to try the Raw brand, like Raw Nutrition. I've been wanting to try their protein powder recently. There was one that Chris Bumstead posted about. It was like some strawberry flavor. I've been thinking about maybe picking up that. So we'll see later. We'll see which one I end up getting. So yeah, this is the part 1 of meal 2. I got my protein powder here, my rice there. I'll calculate all the macros and I'll tell you them all later with my muffin. So see you in about 2 seconds. All right, everybody. Just went through the drive-thru and got my blueberry muffin. This is my pre-workout meal. As you can see, it's pretty high carb. So in about an hour and a half or so, I'm going to train, probably take my pre-workout in about an hour, 30 minutes before my first working set. So yeah, the macros for this meal. It's definitely high calories. So this might not sound like a traditional cut, but I'll explain something. When I have a coach, so I've been eating the exact same foods every single day, um, unless he tells me to switch. And the beauty of that is that it's very easy to monitor the calorie deficit, like not really a calorie deficit, but it's very easy to monitor the decrease or increase in calories, so you can gauge your weight very easily because it's the same food, it's the same fat every day, same protein, same carbs, same calories. So you'll notice, even if it's a very little drop, you'll notice a difference in the scale, or how much weight you're gaining, how much weight you're losing. So it's hard to eat the same thing every single day, but it does have its pros. Um, it, it does also have its cons. It gets a little tiring, but the bodybuilding is it's a hard sport. I've never competed before, but I can imagine that prep is going to be harder because I'm going to be hungry, but having an off season, like jumping right into an off season like myself, it does test your mental fortitude or mental capabilities in terms of eating the same foods. So it's a good feeler for that. Like you can definitely put on size and diet with your own, but without a coach. I mean, I did it for years, but I noticed, but I just felt this sense of wanting to have somebody look after me, almost like really tell me what to do, like a professional. So that's why I got a coach. But if you're doing it on your own, I do recommend. I mean, having the same calories every single day is definitely a pro if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. You want to stay in the same calorie range, but eating similar foods will help you track the surplus or deficit that you're trying to put yourself in. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so this meal still has, like, the food that I'm eating is still a lot of food. So this meal might not sound like a cutting meal traditionally, but I am on the 6 week cut like I explained earlier. So yeah, this meal comes in at around, well, let's think, about 400 calories for the muffin. No, 430 calories for the muffin. All right, sorry about that. I had to make two clips. So the reason why I had to make two clips is because I forgot to add up the stuff, and it would have taken me too long to do it in my head, so I had to write it down real quick. So, I left off saying that the muffin was 430 calories, 76 grams of carbs from the muffin, and the rice was 230 calories with 48 grams of carbs. Protein powder was 210 calories with 40-ish grams of protein. So this meal's total macros are 870 calories, 124 grams of carbs, and 42 grams of protein. Again, that sounds probably pretty high to you all, but the meal before this, before my coach lowered the macros, was an extra like 40 grams of white rice. So it did drop a bit, and then my later meals also dropped a bit too. So since the start of this cut, it's been 2 weeks now, so I'm down about, I think I only lost about a pound so far. So again, it's not an aggressive cut by any means. My cardio did increase. I'm doing 4 days a week at 40 minutes a day. I like to do my cardio in the morning. I didn't forget to do it in the morning today. I just couldn't today. But I will do my cardio later on tonight. So yeah, that is meal number 2. And I'll see you all back for meal number 3 later. That'll be my post-workout meal. All right, everybody. So my favorite part of the day, making the pre-workout. So this is about an hour after meal 2. I'm fully digested and ready to get a pretty good pump. So let's make the pre-workout. This is the pre I use. It's honestly awesome. The beta alanine in there. I've had the Rise pre-workout too, and it had more beta-alanine in there, but I actually feel this more, and I love the beta-alanine itch. It just gives me like that extra drive, like makes me want to go and like move. There's not too much caffeine in here, but it still wakes me up enough. It's perfect, and there's decent pump ingredients in there as well. I think it's got 4 grams of L-citrulline, which, I mean, it's a little on the lower end, but I actually add L-citrulline. I'll show you later. And yeah, it's good for me, and it's cheap. You buy it at Walmart. I think this tub cost me 28 bucks. How do you beat that? All right, so I put about 1.5 scoops of this pre. It's about 300 milligrams of caffeine, 6 grams of L-citrulline, and about 4.5 to 5 grams of beta-alanine. So that's all I need. So that's it with that. Then I have pure L-citrulline here. 1 scoop is another 3 grams. So this pre-workout is clocking in at about 9 grams of L-citrulline, which is perfect. I like to usually have 9 to 11 grams of L-citrulline. That's what I found works best for me in my pumps at the gym. And then you gotta sneak it in sometime, creatine. I don't think it really matters when you take creatine, to be honest. You know, you could take it in the morning, take it at night, take it with your pre-workout. That's what I always do. It kind of just keeps me in check of like, oh, I took my creatine today. So this is how I sneak it in. I just do 1 scoop. Actually, that's a lie. I do about a heaping scoop, just to ensure that I'm getting my 5 grams worth. Alrighty. Yeah, this is just creatine monohydrate. I've seen other brands, like, not brands, but other types of creatine, like creatine HCl, and I've heard good things about it, but it's so expensive. And I just heard that the loading phase is a little bit shorter, but I've been taking it for. When I heard that, I've already been through the loading phase of this, so I think I'm fine. So there's no reason to switch. Maybe one day down the road, we'll see. But that's what my pre-workout consists of. Intra-workout, this is also something that got lowered. I used to drink 60 grams of carbs, which was 240 calories during the workout, and that got taken away as part of the cut. But I also have a scoop of EAAs while I work out, just essential amino acids. And yeah, so I'm going to drink this pre, and then talk to you in the car about arms. All right, time to head over and smash some arms. I'm actually going to a different gym today, one that I don't usually go to anymore. My 2 gyms that I normally go to are Planet Fitness for the 24 hours. That comes in handy quite often with my work schedule. And my home gym, my main home gym is Paramount. It's not a commercial gym. It's owned by, they just opened up 2 years ago almost. They're right by my house, pretty local. It's an awesome gym. Just today, can't make it to either of them, so I'm going over to Jersey Strong for an arm day, which I'm honestly pretty happy about. I liked, Jersey Strong was my main gym about 2 years ago. I switched from there over to Paramount, but I always loved that gym. I just liked Paramount's equipment and atmosphere a little bit better, so decided to make the switch. But no problems with Jersey Strong. The workouts there are always phenomenal. They do have a dips machine, which I'm absolutely going to use for triceps, and I know they have a plate-loaded Preacher Curl machine that I used to love a while back, so that will definitely make an appearance today. Typically when I do arms, I kind of go in waves. I started going back and actually, when I did arms years ago, I actually just threw them in with biceps with back and triceps with chest. But I found that my arms started to lag a little bit because I just kind of do a few sets of them at the end of the workout, and they weren't getting enough attention, to say the least. So I now for the past few months have been dedicating a whole day towards arms. So that's why I have a full arm day, obviously. For arms, I mostly start with triceps and finish with biceps, but it's been kind of on my mind recently to want to do 2 tricep exercises, then 2 bicep exercises, and then just kind of go back to back, just like that, just to get a consistent full arm pump throughout the whole workout, rather than triceps in the beginning and then biceps at the end. We'll see what I end up doing, but that has been on my mind for the past couple of weeks. Actually, I just haven't made the switch yet. So we'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel when I get in there. Definitely starting with a tricep movement though, and we'll see from there if I want to go to biceps, like switch back and forth. I always start with some sort of cable to warm up. A lot of times I'll warm up with single arm extensions, and then I'll go into my like straight bar or W bar pull down extensions, not pull downs, sorry. I just like to warm up each arm individually just to really focus on it. So yeah, that's what I'll probably end up doing. Warm ups with some single arm cable extensions. Warm up my rotator cuff a little bit. I always like to warm up my rotator cuff, even on leg days too. Like when I'm trying to squat, to get my arms back there, just to work on mobility. I always think it's just smart to get everything kind of warm. But yeah, once I'm all warmed up, I'll probably get into some heavy extensions to start off. And then after that, probably an overhead extension for the long head of the tricep. And then definitely using that dips machine. So we'll see from there. Biceps, there's only so much you can do for biceps, really. Just curls and hammer curls, preacher curls. That's about it. So definitely going to start with some heavy dumbbell curls just to fatigue the muscle. And then probably like 3 heavy sets, and then just a shitload of volume after that. That's what I can see happening. About the dips machine, when I could just do bodyweight dips. That's an absolute like fact. I could, but my chest is still extremely sore from my last chest day, and I just always find that when I use the dips machine, I can target my triceps a little bit more on there rather than just bodyweight dips. So that's why I use that. And the way you press, it's almost like you're doing an extension, like the way you press. So hopefully when I record those sets, you'll be able to kind of see what I'm talking about. There are ways to obviously hit more of your triceps on bodyweight dips. And if I'm trying to do more triceps, I'll try to keep my torso more vertical. That way I'm not leaning forward as much, because when you lean forward more, it kind of works your chest, because when you think about it, it's kind of like a push-up. So yeah, but I've been craving the dips machine because I haven't used it in a pretty long time, so that is definitely going to be one of the movements today. I probably do about 10 to 12 sets for triceps and 10 to 12 sets for biceps. Once I'm all finished with that, I got 8 sets of forearms. All I do for that is I sit on a cable with a straight bar and just do wrist curls. That's about it. And then I'll superset some of them with, instead of pushing down, I'll curl up to work the top part of the forearm. That gets freaky looking on some big dudes with like that's where a crazy amount of definition comes into play. So I'm definitely trying to work on that a little bit. So yeah, and I think I got abs today as well. For my ab regiment, what I'll do is one day will be crunches and the next day will be leg raises. So the crunches will target the upper abs and the leg raises will target the lower abs. So it's been working for me. I definitely have neglected my ab training for the entirety of my lifting career. So the past 8 months with my coach have really been targeting my abs more. So excited to see what they look like once I start to trim down on the body fat that I have on my stomach once prep starts. So yeah, that's really all I got for right now. I'm about 2 minutes away from the gym, so just gonna enjoy the rest of the ride, and I'll see you guys for my first working set. Probably gonna be straight bar extensions. All right, see you in there. All right, everybody. So this is the moment when I found out that my mic wasn't working. So what I'm basically saying here is that this is my first working set of uh, the day for triceps. I got, I think I got a set of 10 to 15 here. Normally, I like to go as slow as possible, but without pausing too much. I like to keep the tension on my triceps as much as possible throughout the entire set. Um, After I fail a complete rep, I normally try to squeeze out a few partial reps just to get a little bit more blood into the muscle. Go a little past failure without really getting a spot. Um, this is the strongest I am during the workout, so I think from here I start to lower the weight a little bit for the next two sets. Alright, so this is my second working set. I think I dropped the weight about 30 pounds here. Um, Again, I'm shooting for around 10 to 15 reps, still following the same mentality of as soon as I fail a lockout, just squeeze out a few extra partials. Um, in the beginning of the workout, I try to go slow and controlled as much as I can, but I am trying to push more weight in the beginning just because I am stronger and I want to use the strength to my advantage. Because I feel like in bodybuilding you want to have a good balance between slow and controlled, and you also want to go pretty heavy because I feel like going heavy has its pros on fatiguing the muscle as well. So my mindset is to go heavy in the beginning and then increase the volume and slow the reps down towards the end. So basically going real heavy to fatigue the muscle and then just pumping it up with as much blood and towards the end. So I got one more set after this, and then I'll show the next movement. All right, so this is my last working set on W bar extensions. I dropped the weight about another 30 or so pounds. So you can see my reps are much slower here because the weight is lighter. I'm just trying to get a really good squeeze at the bottom. Um, Again, I'm trying to go for 12 to 15 full reps and partials. I don't want to keep repeating myself. Side note, or besides this, the workout, in the time that I'm doing the voiceover right now, my mics did end up starting to work. So in 2 days, the video I post will have working microphones for in-gym talking. So I'm excited for that. It'll be a shoulder workout that has that. Um, yeah, so I'm just finishing off some partials here. Really just doing as much as I can. I physically can't go further than what I'm pushing down right now. And yeah, that was the set. I'll show you the next movement. Alright, here we have dumbbell skull crushers. I only recorded one set over here. I think this is the 80-pound dumbbell. I use this for all 3 sets over here. And again, I'm shooting for about 10 to 15 reps. These absolutely destroyed my triceps. Like, I'm still feeling this 2 days later. I'm really going to start prioritizing more overhead pressing for triceps. Like, instead of just using cables, like, I want to start using more free weights because they're a really good stretch at the bottom. But yeah, we'll get to the next movement. Alright, now I am starting another extension. These are just single arm cable extensions. I did about 2 sets over here, shooting for, again, 12 to 15 reps. I think I got 13 here, and then you could see that I started to self-spot my arm just to lock out the rep and get a good squeeze. These I'm not going heavy on at all. Again, just really going slow and controlled because it's nearing the end of my tricep workout. See, I'm just trying to pack in as much volume as possible. The heavy lifting is basically finished. After the one arm, go right over to the other arm. Same deal. Again, do as many as I can, and then give myself a self spot. If you're not giving yourself self spots on single arm tricep extensions, I highly recommend you start doing so. It's a good way to start pushing past failure without depending on somebody else to spot you. Yeah, so give it a shot. Alright, so this is the last tricep movement of the day, finishing off with the dips machine. Again, with these, I'm really trying to isolate the triceps. I don't want any of my chest to be activated at all. So you won't see any real pressing. If you really look at the motion my arms are doing, it's pretty much an extension. Again, I'm shooting for the same rep ranges. I don't like going over 15 reps. I don't really count partial reps to go over the 15. I'm just talking about 15 full reps. So yeah, I believe I do a few partials at the end. I always try to do some. That's always a good way to push past failure without a physical spot. So this wraps up the tricep workout, and we'll get into some biceps. Alright, so here it is, the first exercise for biceps. Just some standard dumbbell curls. Again, I have the same mindset going into these. I am at my strongest right now, so I'm going to use that strength to fatigue my muscles. I got the 50s right here. I believe I hit 10 or 9.5 or something like that, and then I instead of dropping the weight, I just switched over to hammer curls because hammer curls are an easier variation for me and I think for everybody. So I just squeezed out a few more reps with that. Again, I did 3 sets here, this being one of them, and the first one of them. I didn't record the last 2, but just imagine them looking just like this, same intensity, with about 5 pounds less in each hand. I think I used the 45s. That's about it for this set. And then we'll show you the next movement. Alright everybody, this is the next movement on the agenda. Just some cable preacher curls. Honestly, looking back at this clip, I'm very disappointed in the start of the set. I was going way too fast. I actually reviewed this clip, since this being the first set, I reviewed this clip before moving on to the next 2, and I absolutely slowed the reps down. Even though it was a little bit quicker than I wanted to in the beginning, the intensity was still there, and the burn was crazy towards the end of the set. So, yeah. I only recorded the one, and I'll show you the next movement. So this is the last exercise of the day for biceps. I did do forearms after this, but I didn't record any of those sets. Just imagine me having a straight bar on a cables and just doing some, just flexing my wrists down. I will record them next arm day, but just imagine that for right now. Anyway, last workout of the day for biceps and arms in general is some barbell curls. Did as many as I could. I failed that rep. Then I dropped it to the bar and just did as many reps as I could until I reached 100% fatigue. Honestly, if I were to ever do this weight again, I'd use 2 10s instead of a 25, just so I can drop it a little bit less weight, because the 50-pound drop to the bar was definitely made the bar feel a little too light. So I would have liked something a little bit heavier than this for the drop. But in all, still a great set and a great workout. Yeah, so I'm done with the voiceover now, and we'll get back to video time for the car talk. Peace out. All right, so I just wrapped up arms. Pretty decent workout. Intensity was definitely there. Mentally, it was my first time. I have to admit, it was my first time ever really recording in a gym, and it did distract me a little bit. I tried not to let it get to my head, but I was a little disappointed when my mics didn't work in the gym. It just kept picking up too much background sound. I don't know if it's necessarily something wrong with the mic or if there's a setting I have to do. I'm going to look into it. Hopefully next time it'll be better. I'll try to get more commentary in the gym. I'm definitely going to have to do a voiceover. So if you're watching this video, you'll know that I already did a voiceover. So yeah, I'm assuming I did a voiceover to explain the workout. But yeah, that kind of fucked me up a little bit in my head, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I still tried to look past it and just focus on the pump. Yeah, so just to explain the workout, everything felt pretty good. Triceps weren't 100% great today in terms of my muscle connection. I tried to just go for more of a squeezing kind of day for them rather than going heavier. But all in all, still a great workout. I did hit forearms. I didn't happen to record any of those sets, but I did forearms and abs after. All you can imagine me doing for forearms was went up to a cable, did 5 sets of till absolute failure of forearm curls, and then after that I did 5 sets of crunches on the crunch machine. So in all, pretty successful workout. I think I was just a little hungry, to be honest, in the gym. I think that might have messed me up a little bit. I'm feeling a little tired. Speaking of food, I got meal number 3 going down right now as well. So I got my protein shake in here. This is 75 grams of whey protein. Again, it's 75 grams is the weight. The actual protein that's in this is about 50 grams. With this, I got a banana and 170 grams of rice. So the same rice as before, coming in at 230 calories and 48 grams of carbs. Plus the banana is 120 calories and 25 grams of carbs. So in all, in this meal is about 230 plus 120, 350. This meal is about 600 calories. 600 calories, 50 grams of protein, and about 75 grams of carbs. All right, so I got some work to do now. And then I'll see you all for meal number 4. See you all for meal number 4. All right, so back for meal number 4. For this meal, I got 8 ounces of shredded chicken and 140 grams of rice. This meal comes out to about 40 grams of carbs and 45 grams of protein, and it's about 500 calories. Pretty simple meal. It's a pretty big staple, I guess, in terms of bodybuilding, chicken and rice. I do have a cup of vegetables with this meal too. I already ate I just diced up some cucumbers and ate them already. So yeah, this is meal number 4. And surprise, meal number 5 is the same thing, but I will make a clip of that as well later on. And then we got 2 more meals and then we're done. So little side note, my microphones that I've been using all day actually were not working at all. So it was just the phone's microphone that was actually working. A little disappointed, to say the least. I mean, little backstory behind getting these mics is the first time I ordered them, UPS lost the package, so that set me back a week from recording. And then I reordered them again, and they're not working, so that's great. I'm just going to deal with it and post videos with this phone audio for a little while. Apologies in advance if it doesn't sound as clear. But yeah, new mics will be coming in soon. Well, not mics, just one mic. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I bought the Rode brand. Kind of annoying that they didn't work. But yeah, whatever. it is what it is. I'm probably gonna buy them again because I know it's a good company, but yeah, it stinks. Just whatever. But we'll see. Maybe in a week or so I'll have the mics. Only time will tell. But let me eat this, and I'll see you back for meal number 5. What's up, everybody? Back for meal number 5. For this meal, I got 8 ounces of pan-fried chicken breast. Put some Cajun seasoning on there. Last meal, I just had regular grilled chicken, and I just kind of like shredded it up a bit. This meal, I kept the pieces of chicken whole. It's a pretty similar meal to last time. 8 ounces, and with a cup of rice, 140 grams of rice. I stupidly ate the rice already, so I don't have that to show, but I didn't eat the chicken yet, so here it is. I started eating it, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta record, so there's the chicken. Got one more meal after this. It's my steak meal. It's probably one of my favorite meals in the day, finishing off with a nice grilled steak. So yeah, I'm gonna chow down on this, and I'll be back in 2 hours to show the steak. Also, at the end of the video, I'm not gonna pop up all the total macros like of each meal. I've been kind of talking about it. I think this meal is around 550 calories, 45 grams of protein-ish, and about another 40 grams of carbs. But at the end, after the meal 6, I'll put in like a little screen of the total calories, fats, carbs, and protein, and sugar throughout the whole day. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you for meal number 6. All right, so this is meal number 6, last one of the day. And on the menu is an 8-ounce New York strip steak. I normally have a sirloin steak, but New York strip was on sale this week. It's a little bit more of a fatty cut of beef. So what I do is I just cut all the fat off that I see, and yeah, just this is what I'm making it work for this week. This is just a pure protein meal, no carb, which makes sense. It's the last meal of the day. I don't really need the carbs right before I go to bed. I used to have a half a cup of rice in this meal, but Coach took that away once the cut started. So yeah. With this, I also have a large salad. Again, I just had a few cucumbers before showing this. So yeah, that's the full day of eating. Calories are still pretty high. And yeah, if you want to give this type of diet a shot, go ahead. A lot of protein, good amount of carbs, and as you could see, it's not real crappy food. The only thing that was maybe a little on the unhealthier side was the blueberry muffin, but other than that, everything is pretty lean. Grilled chicken, protein powder, rice, steak. It's not a very dirty, and this is basically how my bulk was too, so it wasn't really a dirty bulk. The only thing that was really different on the bulk was just a little bit more rice. So yeah, I like keeping it clean for the foods. I noticed that my body reacts better to clean food. My metabolism isn't so fast to the point where I need to be scarfing down burgers and pizza to gain weight. I gain weight just fine with clean foods. So if you want to give this a shot, by all means, try it out. My calories are set for my metabolism, so I mean, maybe tweak a few numbers here and there depending on like who you are, and what your goals are too. So yeah, I hope you all liked the video. This is number 1, and many more to come, hopefully with a mic. Obviously, we heard that little talk before. So yeah, let me go eat this, and I'll catch you next time, probably in tomorrow or in a couple days. So yeah, see you next time. Alright everybody, just to wrap up the video, I'm just going to give you all the total calories and macros for the day. Meal 1 came in at 600 calories with 60 grams of carbs, 55 protein, and 7 fat. Meal 2 with 880 calories, 120 carbs, 40 proteins, 15 fat. Meal 3, 620 calories, 70 carbs, 56 protein, 4 fat. Meal 4, 540 calories, 60 grams of protein, 45 grams of carbs, and 10 fat. Meal 5 came in at 440 calories, 60 grams of protein, 22 carbs, 10 fat. Meal 6 was 460 calories with 65 grams of protein and 14 grams of fat. The total macros for the day are 3,500 calories, 317 grams of carbs, 335 grams of protein, and 60 grams of fat. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.